is this? Yulie, what the heck? Oh, wow, it's so soft.
The scene starts off with us in the middle of the story with a male and female fighting each other in some kind of ultimate showdown. Kopano Toru is a guy walking to school and being left speechless at the sight of a silver-haired girl amidst the cherry blossoms. Joining him in his gawking is Nagakura Imari, a new student like Toru who explains the premise of the school. Kouryou Academy is a school for studying battle techniques which provides lodging, meals, and has no tuition fees. Also, it gives you superpowers. While sounding too good to be true, Imari and Toru bond over being the only ones from their previous school to come here and wish each other a happy 3 years in the academy. At the entrance ceremony, the chairwoman, Tsukumo Sakuya, a loli, tells everyone that they will form up into pairs with the person sitting next to them and fight each other with their blazes, weapons that are the power of their soul, and only the winner will get to be admitted into the school. Of course, Imari and Toru have to fight each other. Imari takes to it much faster than Toru, taking out her blaze and declaring that she has something that she needs to do and hence cannot be stopped here, while the other dodges her strikes. Demanding him to use his blaze and fight her seriously, Toru acquiesces when blocking a flying stray weapon that was about to hit Imari, revealing his blaze to be a shield, irregular among the weapons. Remembering his own reasons for enrolling in the academy, Toru fights Imari seriously and disarms her with his shield. Activating his martial arts sword skill, Toru then defeats her with a mysterious punching technique. The match is over and Imari leaves the school, warning Toru that he cannot be holding back as he did with her from now on and congratulating him for enrolling. Now formally a student of Kouryou Academy, Toru reunites with Torasaki Aoi, an old friend from 2 years ago, and encounters the silver-haired girl from earlier, who apparently knows his name and to his displeasure, seems to keep staring at him. When he tries to make eye contact or speak with her, she turns away, frustrating him. Suddenly from the window comes a maid posing as a ninja bunny, the homeroom teacher Tsukimi Rito, who acts younger than her students. After her own shocking introduction, she gets everyone else to introduce themselves. We learn that the silver-haired girl is named Julie Situna and Yusa-sensei outs Toru as an irregular in the classroom, drawing all the attention to him. She also explains the do concept, where everyone will form pairs, train together, and live together in the same room as experience for when they join the Dawn Agency security force. As the official pairings aren't decided yet, everyone will be in a temporary duo. Toru tries to pair up with Tora, who seems oddly delighted by the suggestion, but is denied so by Yusa-sensei, who tells them that their partner is the person sitting next to them. Meaning that Toru's partner, the one who he will share his room with, is Julie. Flustered and with the class in an uproar, Toru tries to get them to see reason and change his partner, but is shut down by the best of him. Later on, Toru tries to stay with Tora, but is thrown out of the latter's room as it is lights out, being told to man up. Arriving back in his room, he finds no one inside, only to have Julie emerge from the bathroom after taking a shower. As they sat down around a table, Julie revealed that she hailed from Grimmel, a region in northern Europe. Her interest in Toru, she explained, stemmed from his remarkable punching attack during the entrance exam, which she was eager to learn. However, Toru hesitated, citing the immense physical strain it placed on his body. As they conversed, Julie's eyelids began to droop, succumbing to the effects of the time zone difference. Without hesitation, Toru scooped her up and carried her to her bed, where she soon fell asleep. He decided to brew some instant apple tea, hoping to calm his mind. Just as he was about to take a sip, Julie stirred, waking up from her slumber. Toru offered her a cup as well, and as they sipped their tea together, they came to a mutual understanding. They would work together as a temporary duo, united in their quest to become stronger. The next morning to Toru's, he wakes up to Julie lying beside him in his bed. She wakes up and acts like nothing is out of the blue and gets out of bed. The following day, rumors of Toru and Julie's unlikely partnership spread like wildfire throughout the academy. The two, the only boy-girl duo in their year, quickly became fast friends with Tomo and Miyabi over breakfast. However, their first lesson on the rules and basics of the academy was marked by confusion and misunderstandings, largely due to Tomo's misinterpretations. Later that day, Tachibana goes to apologize to Toru for the misunderstanding by bowing done, with her knees and toes elbows touching the ground, while Toru tells her to stop, but she goes on, and that scene quickly became embarrassing for her as she ends up tripping on her foot, landing right at some place of his body she was not supposed to. Tachibana tries to get up but ends up being clumsy and trips over her back, putting both of them in an uncomfortable position with him trying to get her off of her, while Julie is watching them only to say they are enhancing their pinning techniques, causing them both to scream. During training, Julie's exceptional talent in sparring became apparent, but her peers were hesitant to partner with her, except for Toru. As the week drew to a close, Toru discovered that Julie still lacked a permanent duo partner, despite his own efforts to support her. With a sense of determination, he chased after her, following the distinctive sound of the bells on her hairband. On the day after the official dues have been determined, Rito Tsukimi informs her students in the classroom of the upcoming new blade battle, which will be held in the next couple of days. In preparation for the battle, Toru and Julie train themselves and practice their combat skills with their blazes. Later at the sports stadium, Toru found Miyabi exhausted, running along the track when she suddenly collapsed. Unconscious, she is picked up and carried back to her dormitory by Toru. On the way, she wakes up and Toru encourages her to keep training in order to become stronger. On the next day, late afternoon, the new blade battle starts at 5 o'clock. The duos have 2 hours to survive and eliminate all other duos to win the battle. As the battle continues, the defeated duos are eliminated from the battle. The 3 last duos remaining are Toru's, Tomo's, and Tora's. Tomo and Miyabi are eventually defeated by Toru and Julie. Toru and Julie continue and move on to find the other remaining duo. By the time Toru and Julie get there, Tora and his partner are found injured lying on the floor. Momentarily, Rito shows up and suddenly attacks Toru, revealing that she is the person who injures Tora and Tatsu. Then she explains that it is her duty to eliminate any student who is not up to the task. The fight between Toru, Julie, and Rito carries on. After learning from Rito that by breaking the enemy's blaze, the enemy's soul will be damaged, Toru uses his Mjolnir punch to break Rito's blaze and end the fight. The next morning, still recovering from the injury, Toru and Julie sit at the table and have their usual morning tea. They are then visited by Tomo and Miyabi, who bring them refreshments. That night, Toru wakes up from the repeating nightmare about the past incident. The noises wake Julie up as well. She shows him the scar on her back, revealing that she is an Avenger like Toru. A lady with long, luscious blonde hair is seen rising from the water, without clothes as she walks towards a girl grabbing the robe. She then tells her that she is going to meet someone like her, an exception with a smile on her face. Toru remembers a dream he had and rolls over to feel something flat rather than his soft bed. He realizes Julie is laying with him and he has his hand on her chest. When she wakes up, he gets it off her, but she pulls it back. For a moment, he thinks it's soft, but then he gets nervous and rolls off the bed. Toru tries to apologize for having his hand on her chest, but Julie apologizes instead, telling him it's her fault for sneaking into his bed. Later on, everyone gathers in the classroom where Tora and Tatsu thank Miyabi and Tomo for helping them when they were injured. During the lesson, Toru thinks about what Sakuya said before, but in the middle of the lesson, Lilith appears and tells Toru to come with her, which annoys Rito. Lilith says that starting from now on, Toru will be her due partner, but Toru explains that he already has a due partner and declines. Later, Toru asks Julie if she wants to go somewhere the next break, and she says yes. By the time break has started, Julie and Toru are on their way to a mall that Miyabi recommended, but Miyabi told him that she already had plans with Tomo. After buying clothes for Julie, they both eat ice cream while being watched by Tomo and Miyabi. As they watch them, a group of boys come by and begin to hit on Tomo and Miyabi, whilst telling them to come with them. Tomo brushes the boys off and has Miyabi follow her until one of the boys grabs her hand, causing Tomo to slap his hand off of her. Before the boys can respond, Toru comes and says they are with him, and if they touch them, then he's the one they are going to have to deal with. As the situation escalates, Lilith quickly comes behind them and knocks the boys out with her rifle and leaves. Toru sees her and is surprised to find out that her blade is a rifle. The following day at school, Tachibana and Hotaka asked Toru about Lilith's blaze. Julie explains that it should be impossible to have a rifle, blazes only being non-complex weapons. Lilith cleans her gun as she looks down at various pictures she has of Toru. On the other hand, Tachibana is showing off to her class, doing flips in the water. Recently, Toru was upgraded to level 2, making him much stronger than a majority of his class. While everyone is training, Toru is flirting with Hotaka, offering a hand out of the water. Hotaka tells Toru that she probably won because he was cheering her on. Tachibana comes and interrupts their conversation, telling Hotaka that she won because she leveled up. While most of the students are wearing the standard school outfit, their teacher approaches wearing something super lewd. Toru's eyes are caught elsewhere, however, when he watches Julie dive into the pool,